free to stand.
Yeah, thank you. For VDM, his arrest for me is unfortunate. The truth is also that his arrest has nothing to do with what he has gone to the bank to rectify. The mom's account that he went to the bank to rectify. His arrest, by the time he's charged and you see the what he's being charged for, it's not likely to have anything to do with his presence at the bank. I want to believe strongly. Secondly, Michael, I also think that that VDM was arrested. It's not even my problem in the real sense of it. Can be arrested. This is not the first time he's been arrested, so he is not new to that. But the drama
surrounding
that
his
was
arrest,
acted
right?
by the EFCC,
Okay.
for me, is appalling. The drama was unnecessary. If EFCC has wrote to VDM to come to the office, he will be there. That's the kind of person he has always been. If you remember, there was a time he was even invited to the Senate. He was there to clarify issues and all of that. So, if people that are alleged to have stolen billions of naira, as it were, in Delta State, Okowa was alleged to have stolen 1.3 trillion as we speak. Okowa is a free man. I'm not aware that Okowa was arrested in the manner that VDM was arrested. My former governor, Yaya Bello, of Kogi State, was alleged to have taken over 100 billion from the coffers of that state. I am not aware that he was arrested in that manner and all of that. So this drama was unnecessary. He could have been invited and he would have honored the invitation rather than all this drama that EFCC was acting out. For me, it is unnecessary.
Some people said the guy is rude. Is it true? Is it true that that man is rude in his approach to issues or on issues? Is it rude?
I have followed VDM for some time now. I think if there is something that is, if there's one thing that is working for him, he speaks based on evidences at his disposal. He's too conscious of that. He doesn't just speak over issues. If he's going to accuse anyone to a large extent, he see that the issue is in the public space, or he has verifiable evidence against such individual. So he has always been very cautious when it comes to whatever he says or his accusation on anybody. So people that are talking about being rude, I don't know where that is coming from. As he has always been called, he's a voice to the voiceless to a very large extent. He speaks the mind of most Nigerians, and that has always been working for him.
Chima, this is what Peter Obi passed and is still passing in the hands of the dictator in power and his gang in Nigeria today. Additional, okay, thank you so much for telling people to like, share, and comment. I really appreciate that. Okay, Omar Bosala Ashebebe. Believe it or not, Yoruba land is no longer part of the colonial arrangement called Nigeria. It is now known as Democratic Republic of the Yoruba and the newest nation in Africa. All right. I swear to God, that man was right. Tinubu has exhausted everything he has for Nigeria. Is it true that Tinubu has exhausted everything he has for Nigeria? And let's quickly go back to Verydarkman. Was that a move to silence Verydarkman on issues bothering the minds of the Nigerians?
I mean, of course, to a large extent, if you have followed him, he has called out even the FCC times and again in terms of how they have been comporting themselves, in terms of the fact that they have corrupt officials. That most of that was his allegation against CFC, and most of the officials are corrupt. And to a large extent, even in this public space, we have had instances where EFCC officials stole exhibits. That has been in the public space. These are not VDM's words. EFCC officials has stolen exhibits in this country, that's in this public space. And he has always called them out that, fine, you are going after corrupt people. You need to clean up. You need to rise above board and all of that. which for me is in order. He's holding them to account as well. If EFCC have a constitutional responsibility to hold people to account, then who is holding EFCC to account? And I think somebody must be doing that job. If the oversight is not being done by the government that has EFCC, private bodies, individuals can hold EFCC to account. And what about this? What is happening to this money? How did you spend this money? And I think it's a constitutional right.
All right, away from that, gentleman Mike, what happens in the next 2 years or 1 year if poverty rate among rural areas has hit 75%? What happens to us? What about the billions and millions of naira spent on programs and intervention programs? Where is the money? Where is the money?
Michael, we don't need World Bank to tell us what is happening. We have always said it here. If the economy improves, we will know. The woman roasting corn over there should know if the economy has improved and all that. So World Bank is only corroborating some of the things we have always expressed. And government, unfortunately, they write exam and mark it by themselves. They pat themselves in the back from time to time that they are doing the right thing. But whatever you are doing, there must be a way of measuring if it is having impact or not, or the level or the kind of impact it's having. Whatever policy you are bringing on board, what is the impact on the people? Is it having a positive or a negative impact? You must be able to reassess whatever policy you are bringing on board and change it if it is not working. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with reversing a particular step that you have taken. No matter how far you have gone, if it is a wrong road, you will still not arrive at destination. So there's no point thinking that okay, we have gone too far. If it is a wrong direction, you will not arrive at destination. So our World Bank is only expressing what we know, and they are only telling us what we have always expressed.
Right. Thank you so much, gentleman Mike. I really appreciate your contribution this morning. Mr. Vincent, welcome on the program once more.
Good morning, Mr. Mike.
Yeah, I asked myself this question: what is the federal government doing to lift rural areas out of poverty? Now that we have the rate of poverty among these rural areas or rural dwellers, hitting about 75% or so. Now, I asked gentleman Mike, about some seconds ago, I asked gentleman Mike, what about the intervention program, the billions and millions spent on these programs? Where did they spend this money?
You see, the billions, allocated for this intervention up to the now is not having any bearing on the lives of the masses of Nigeria. I may go to say one thing is that Nigeria is a country that is suffused with a lot of inanities, and we cannot continue like this. And when you look at the faces of Nigerians, it is strong with pains, it is strong with stress. Is this how we want to live? Now, the poverty level, if the rural areas are, but these rural areas, they are the ones that supply the urban area of whatever we need to do in terms of the primary needs of man. And if they are also having it rough, then you can begin to imagine what the overbearing effect of that. What Bank need not tell us the obvious. We already know what is happening in Nigeria because we are feeling it. This is a city stand. We say it the way it is. If it is not so, we cannot be here because it's not like floating truth in diplomatics. I've always said it. I've always canvassed for it that the government is that the problem, the challenges that the country faces now has overwhelmed the government of the day to have an antidote to it. That is why we have come to experience all these inequalities in our social fabric, or rather social structure, as the case may be.
Is there any way the government can address the issue of poverty associated with these rural dwellers, the dwellers in these rural areas?
When we are talking about...
There is a report from the World Bank, which I believe the federal government should do the needful.
I believe the indices, the economics lies on some verifiable indices. And one of those verifiable indices, one of the factors of economic boom is security. Without security, there is no investment. Here, nobody in his right sense will come to this kind of our country or territory to invest his or her money without adequate security. No sensible businessman will come and invest in a place where there is no adequate security. That is why I'm saying that the government, they should go all out. It's like they have been mechanistic in their way, because we are now in the era of AI, artificial intelligence. They should bring every hands on deck and see how they can review the entire gamut of our security architecture. It is upon that that every other thing is laid. Once you and I are not secured in a country, is it sensible enough for us to come and invest? Certainly no. So by so doing, I think that the essence of security is so germane for any viable and thriving business in our polity.
All right, all over social media, all over Nigeria, it is free VDM. That's Verydarkman. He was arrested by the Efcc last week, and up till now, we've not seen Verydarkman. Nigerians are lamenting. There is outrage. There is outcry in the country over the arrest of Verydarkman. As a Nigerian, what do you have to say? Is the EFCC targeting the voice of the voiceless in the society? Are they trying to silence our social critics or what?
You see, before I go to that one of EFCC, let's look at the entire gamut of government. Any government that is intolerant of dissenting voice, then that government ceases not to be in that saddle. And that goes to show that EFCC is also acting like it's also his paid master, who is the government under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And when you look at Verydarkman, he's the voice of the voiceless. I was about going to tell you, Mike, that even up to now, my money, I don't know how it's been taken from my account.
GT Bank too?
No, not GT Bank. All the banks are they are also complicit in this act. You when you check your balance in about 2 or 3 days, by the time you recheck again, a deduction has been made. Nobody is asking questions. It has always been like that. It's a ritual. And Verydarkman case is just a case in point of plethora of cases that is not being held in the country. And it has now, banking has been resorted to a kind of a guinea pig, where some adventurers will come and use and do whatever they feel like doing and go away with it. Nobody asks questions. Till today, I still mourn the demise of our human rights activist, the late Gani Fawemi, because he has always risen to that point where he gives vent to the voiceless, to make sure that everything is being accounted for. But today, where are all those human rights activists today? Most of them have been compromised. They are no longer talking, and they ought to. So that is why you see all these kind of absurdities in our banking sector. It's not even peculiar to banking sector. The entire gamut of the economy is being compromised. They are not doing the thing that is expected of them to do in terms of dishing out what the status book says. That is why we continue, because all these orgy of deductions, at times you see today, Mike, haven't you seen on your phone when they will say we have made deduction for car maintenance something, and at the end they will say they are deducting for so something. Then you see sundry charges on the same account. A bank has, because if you have a savings account, before we used to know that there is always an attachment attached in terms of interest to savings account. But today, even if you put your money, everything is being deducted by the minute. And nobody is explaining, nobody is talking.
Now, could this incident discourage whistleblowers? Social critics from speaking about important issues in the society?
You see, no amount of gangsterism or bullying that will scuttle the voice of the masses. No matter how they might try, but they'll never succeed. Because people like Verydarkman is one out of many that have come out to say that this injustice must be nipped in the bud. It cannot continue to go on like this. It's not another kind of another kind of a jamboree or party for banks to be deducting money at their own beck and call, just to fulfill their whims and caprices. I think enough is enough.
All right, Emmanuel, it's so funny because of so many don't know who VDM is, but the publicity is happening so fast. Within 48 hours, he is now the most popular man in Nigeria. We have many messages still coming in. Let the youth gather themselves and stay as one to get justice in this country. And in the comment section, we still have people saying justice for VDM, free VDM, free VDM. That's what people are saying. Robert Uche, thank you, Baba, for standing on the throat. He's talking to you.
Thank you,
Robert Uche.
Robert Uche.
Yeah, you're welcome on the program once again, Robert Uche. I hope you are recuperating. All right.
You see, when you look at the whole system is so corrupt that who is going, okay, they say whoever comes to equity must come to with a clean hand. Who is going to oversee who? When the person that is meant to oversee the other one is already having the traces of corruptible acts in his DNA, then what do you think will be the end product? That is why we continue to experience all these kind of absurdities in our institutional setup. And I want to tell you for the ultimate time that unless the entire gamut is readdressed, both political, economy, and everything, rural setting, we know these people, they are the one that goes to farm. They are the one that makes our yams and our cocoyam, pepper, and this before it's being brought to the city. If they are not being endangered, then what do you expect? There will be famine in the land, there will be anarchy, there will be a high level of criminality. The social strata is already torn as a result of hunger. People are no longer living the way they should. Nigeria has been reduced to a form of guinea pig by all these terrorist adventurers on our nation. Today you have Boko Haram, tomorrow you have Lakarua, you have another name springing up on a daily basis.
They killed about 13 hunters in Sokoto.
In Sokoto. Yeah, you can see now. And they will keep on, the president will keep on telling us that he's on top of the game. How can you continue to be reactionary instead of being proactive? Is this the kind of something that we want in the country? This country is being blessed. It's on the crest of unimaginable blessings, both natural and human endowments. Why have we been resorted to this kind of level by all this incompetence in the governmental administration? Must we continue like this?
All right, thank you so much.
It's a real disappointment.
Thank you so much.
I'm highly annoyed.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
City Stand.